Test, test. Hey guys, welcome to another tier ranking. I'm just going to be doing a tier ranking of all the Spider-Man movies from best to worst. I did a tier ranking of all the Spider-Man movies and of all the Batman movies in the last video. And so yeah, I'm just going to be now doing a tier ranking of all the Spider-Man movies from best to worst. And yeah, let's get started. Starting with the best, obviously, of course, is Spider-Man No Way Home. Um, this movie was everything I ever wanted. I really was happy to see all the old Spider-Man back in this movie. Um, and and Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. When Andrew Garfield first appeared, I lost my mind. Like, I was so excited to see him back, and when I saw Tobey Maguire, oh my god, you guys should have seen me in the theater. I was screaming when they all came back. I was so excited to see them all back, and as a lot of people were, and it was great to see all the old villains back, especially Doctor Octopus, Green Goblin, and I really liked Jamie Foxx's Electro in this movie because he was horrible in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I really liked him a lot in this movie. He did a way better job as Electro, and yeah, I really liked this movie a lot. I thought it was I thought it had some good comedy and it got emotional too, and it was so well done. Um, it was a very well done movie. I was so happy to see all the old Spider-Man back, and Andrew Garfield stole this whole movie. He was so good. Um, I love Andrew Garfield a lot of Spider-Man, but he is at the bottom of all the three Spider-Man for me because I like Tobey Maguire more. He's in the middle for me, but Tom Holland's my favorite Spider-Man. But Andrew Garfield was so good in this movie. I loved Andrew Garfield in this movie. He was so awesome. He was so great. Um, I liked him a lot in the other two Spider-Man movies too. Although Amazing Spider-Man 2 sucked, but I did like his performance as Spider-Man in the first two movies, and I never really bought his Peter Parker a lot, but I really liked his Spider-Man. And but yeah, no, everything about this movie was so great. It had all the old villains and all three of the Spider-Men. It's like, I couldn't have asked for anything better about this movie. Well, okay, there was one disappointment I had with this movie is that, I know it had Venom in a post-credit scene, but, like, that's all we ever saw in that movie. I just wish, we could have seen a little bit more of Venom. That was the only disappointment I had with this movie. But other than that, I still really loved this movie. I thought it was an epic masterpiece. And honestly, a lot of people say Endgame would have been the perfect ending to end for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I do agree, but if it ended there, we wouldn't have gotten this epic masterpiece. And it just... I would have honestly, after Endgame, I would have still made Far From Home, and then I would have just ended the Marvel Cinematic Universe here. Because they've just made way too many movies now, and I just haven't been the biggest fan of the other movies in Phase 4. Phase 4 has not been the greatest. Phase 4 hasn't been so good lately, but I honestly would have ended the whole MCU here. At Spider-Man No Way Home. It ended so perfectly. And yeah. I really liked this movie. It was such a good movie. It was really good. And I said in my last video, when I did a tier ranking of all the Batman movies, I said The Dark Knight has to be my favorite superhero movie, either that or Spider-Man No Way Home. They're both so good. Because Spider-Man and Batman are like two of the best superheroes, and yeah. Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home, great movie. And then behind that would have to be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was another really good Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was another really good movie. I really liked it was almost as good as Spider-Man No Way Home, but I mean, it was the best Spider-Man movie for me for a few years because until No Way Home came out. No Way Home was just a little bit better, but I still really loved Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It has to be the best animated superhero movie, and it just was done so well. I really liked the voices. Shane McMoore shines in this whole role. He did such a good job voicing Miles Morales. I liked all the voices. Nicolas Cage was really good as Spider-Man Noir, and I forget that guy who voiced the hobo Spider-Man guy. He was hilarious, and I really liked Spider-Gwen. I forget all the guys who voiced all the other Spider-Man, but I just remember Nicolas Cage and Shane McMoore. They were just done so well. This movie had really good animation. I just really loved this movie. I loved this movie. I thought it was so good. It was another Spider-Man masterpiece. It was a great movie. And then behind Into the Spider-Verse would have to be Spider-Man 2. Yes, Spider-Man 2 was another really good Spider-Man movie. I really liked Dr. Octopus stole this whole movie. Alfred Molina was so great as Doc Ock. I just can't think of anyone else who could play him. He's just done so well as Dr. Octopus. He's so great in this movie. This movie has really good cinematography and really good action scenes. Really good green screen effects for 2004, like that train fight scene. I just can't think of that fight scene. Had to be like one of the best fight scenes in movies. And yeah, so yeah, Spider-Man 2, another Spider-Man masterpiece. And then at the A tier would have to be Spider-Man Far From Home. Yes. As I said when I was talking about No Way Home, I think No Way Home would have been the perfect ending. So I would have made this movie after, if I was Kevin Feige, I would have made this movie after Endgame, and I would have ended the Marvel Cinematic Universe movie at No Way Home because No Way Home would have been the perfect ending. But yeah, no, this movie also was good too. I had a lot of fun with this movie when it came out, and I had a lot of fun with this movie when it came out, and I really liked Mysterio in the movie. Jake Gyllenhaal did a really good job of playing Mysterio. I really liked him. He was a really good villain as Mysterio. I really liked that villain. He had to be one of the best Spider-Man movie villains. So yeah, Spider-Man Far From Home, really good movie. And then that would have to be the very first Spider-Man movie. Yes, I really liked this movie too. I mean, this movie started off the whole modern superhero movies. I mean, that and X-Men did. For live action, for modern superhero movies. I know Superman did, technically, but, like, Superman was back in 1978. This movie started off the whole modern superhero movies, and I really liked it because, back then, superhero movies, I mean, because a lot of superhero movies now are so dark and gritty. I mean, this movie wasn't so dark, and if you haven't seen any other superhero movies, this actually would be a very good one to start with. I have a friend who hadn't seen any other superhero movies before, and I had her start with this movie, and I remember she really liked it, and yeah, this is a good superhero movie to start with if you haven't seen any superhero movies. And I said in the last movie, Batman Begins would be a good superhero movie to start with if you haven't seen any other superhero movies, so yeah. Spider-Man, really great movie. Willem Dafoe was so great in this movie as well as the Green Goblin, and I really liked it. It started up the whole superhero genre. It was great. Then behind it would have to be Spider-Man Homecoming. Yes, I loved how they introduced Spider-Man in the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. He was done so well in this movie. Tom Holland was so funny in this movie. This movie was hilarious. I really loved it. I liked how they introduced Tom Holland. This movie was hilarious. And yeah, I really liked this movie. I thought it was very funny. And then at the B tier would have to be The Amazing Spider-Man. Yes, I know a lot of people don't like The Amazing Spider-Man. I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I don't love it, but I enjoy it. I really liked how, I really loved Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I mean, he should be proud of himself. I mean, I know he's always wanted to play Spider-Man. He's a huge Spider-Man fan. I know, Andrew Garfield, okay, I know a lot of people haven't, I know some people are not a fan of the other two Spider-Man movies with Andrew Garfield, but everyone's got to admit that he was so great as Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield stole the role of Spider-Man. I didn't really buy his Peter Parker, but I really liked his Spider-Man. One of the things I didn't like about this movie, though, was the Lizard. I didn't like the Lizard. I thought he was too, I didn't like the CGI on the Lizard. But I really do enjoy this movie. I enjoy it. I don't love it, but I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. It's a good movie. And yeah. And then behind would have to be Venom Let There Be Carnage. Yes, I really liked Venom Let There Be Carnage. A lot of people don't like the Venom movies. I do really enjoy this movie. I thought it was actually really good. I really liked Cletus Cassidy slash Carnage in this movie. Woody Harrelson did a really good job playing that character. I mean, they got him right. I mean, he was exactly like the way they got him in the comics. I really liked Carnage in this movie. He was done so well. And yeah, I liked it a slight better bit than the first one. And yeah, I really liked Venom Let There Be Carnage. I thought it was a really good movie. I know a lot of people don't like it, though. A lot of people don't like the Venom movies, but I do really enjoy them. And then at the B tier, at the bottom of the B tier would have to be the very first Venom. Yes. As I said when I was talking about Let There Be Carnage, I know a lot of people really didn't like this movie, Venom. I really actually enjoyed it. I didn't like Venom when it first came out, but I do like Venom a lot now, actually, but I did not like it when I first saw it. But I do like it a lot now. I thought it's a really good movie. I don't love it, but I really like Tom Hardy's performance as Venom. He was actually scary. Like they got him done well. Because I did not like Topher Grace's Venom. He was too. I didn't like him as Venom, but they got Venom done so well in this movie, and yeah, I really liked it. And I did not like it when I first saw it, but when I watched it again, I really liked it. And yeah, Venom Let There Be Carnage really. I mean, the first Venom. Excuse me, Venom was really good. I really enjoyed Venom. I know a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like the Venom movies, but I enjoy them. And then at the C tier would have to be Spider-Man 3. Yes. Now we're going to the ones I don't really like. I didn't really like Spider-Man 3, and as I said when I was talking about Venom, I loved Tom Hardy's Venom. I did not like Topher Grace's Venom. They got him all wrong in this movie. He wasn't scary. I just didn't like him at all. They didn't get him right in this movie at all. I know Sam Raimi didn't really want to put Venom in the movie, and I will say Sandman shines in this movie. He was the best villain out of all the villains. I really liked the way he was, and well, actually, he's not that pure of a villain. I mean, he's only just trying to get the money to save his daughter, and I understand the way he was. I mean, it still wasn't right of him to steal all the money, but like he's not even really purely a villain. You know, he was trying to save his daughter, and I really liked Sandman. They got him done. He looked perfect. He got him. He looked just like the way he did in the comics. He was the best part of the movie. This movie bit off more than it could chew a bit. Like there was just too much like happening in this movie. There was a love triangle between Peter, MJ, and Harry, and then they threw in another character, Gwen Stacy. And then they threw in Eddie Brock with the whole love triangle. There was too much happening in this movie. Sandman trying to save his daughter, which would have been the best plot for the movie, but like there was just there was too much happening. This movie bit off more than it could chew, and then MJ is like having the whole. She got fired from her show. She got horrible reviews from critics, and this movie bit off more than it could chew. There were way too much plot lines happening in this movie, and that's why I didn't like the movie. I didn't like Spider-Man 3. I mean, I wouldn't say it was bad. It just was not. I wouldn't exactly say it was a bad movie. There was just too much happening. There was some stuff I really liked about it. The birth of Sandman sequence was beautiful. That was had to be the best scene in the whole movie. I did not like how they had the whole thing with Flint Marko with Uncle Ben's killer. That was completely unnecessary. They should have scrubbed that whole thing out. But yeah, Spider-Man 3. I mean, it's not a bad movie. There's some positives I have about it, but not a bad movie. And then finally, the D tier. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, yes. Now this is the Spider-Man movie I would call bad. I did not like this movie at all. I did not like Jamie Foxx's Electro in this movie. He did a great job in No Way Home, but he did a horrible job in this movie. The Rhino was a joke in this movie. They got him done so wrong in this movie. And everything about this movie I did not like this movie at all. The pacing was a mess. Like, just everything about this movie was trash. I did not like this movie at all. And, I didn't like it at all. But yeah. So yeah, those were my tier rankings of all the, Spider-Man movies. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, do you agree with this ranking? If not, give me your tier rankings of all the, live action Spider-Man. I mean, well, all the including Into the Spider-Verse. I mean, that's the only Spider-Man movie that's not live action. But give me your tier rankings of all the Spider-Man movie is. Yes, comment below. Let me know which one is the best, and comment below. Let me know. And if you like this, please subscribe to my channel and hit that like. All right, that way I can see you in the next video.